Wagwan. Mm-hmm. Wagwan. This is Lisa Legs, and it's time for the D Slam Love Stream. It's all about love. This is Lisa Legs, and it's time for the D Slam Love Stream. It's all about. All right, so I don't really like this angle for real, so I don't really care about not being perfect. I just care about getting the visuals, the messages out there properly. Yes! Wagwan, this is Lisa Legs, and it's time for the D Slam Love Stream. Now, I mean, it's 7:01 p.m. Eastern Time. And you know, exactly 12 hours, same number resonation. I guess the Jupiter Day says it's time to shine because what happens when we align with our inner divine? We are always right on time. The D Slam Love Stream is a spin off of the morning show as we use season 1 and 2 affirmations. It's all about love. So, you know, we're always cultivating self love because what is love without self love? Practically non existent. But we're about to get into today's Jupiter Day self-love message for generous compassion while detaching to allow maximum flow and enforce divine order. I will admit, I do feel a little tinge of guilt for not broadcasting at 7 a.m. However, as I have my personal challenges that I'm navigating, I'm giving myself compassion and room to align so that I can deliver the D Slam Love Stream with the fullness of my capacity, pouring from my overflow, because I do not pour from my cup. When you pour from your cup, it eventually gets empty. So when you pour from your overflow, we always are flowing. However, let me stop, let me chill. Today we got a brand new tune from Capleton as our song of the day. Still Gonna Make It by Capleton. And I'm so excited to share this tune with you because I discovered it right before the love stream started. And I was just like, this could be a fitting song of the day for a Jupiter Day self-love message for generous compassion while detaching to allow maximum flow and enforce divine order. Imagine generous compassion to enforce divine order. Generous compassion while detaching to allow maximum flow. Like, it just sounds like we're just being grateful for whatever is coming and pouring compassion in ourselves and maybe in others to enforce divine order. Because divine order is a must. Here we go. Capitan, we're still gonna make it. Everybody wanna make it in life. Everybody wanna make it in life. Everybody wanna make it in life. Still gonna make it. Even when the going get rough, I'm still gonna make it. They ain't gonna turn me into the crop. I'm still gonna make it. I'm taking this straight to the top. I'm still gonna make it. I ain't settling for the cross. Tell them righteousness is godliness. We keep it up to date. Some me left them with them mind up to up to date. So them damn broke my bread, so them knock out to play. Fire gun, anything we try go on the place. Them not no work, them not no love, so them not up to faith. Them lean up and them bend up, them not up to straight. Them the real and them the loyal, so them up to faith. I'm not gonna trust that all before them up to care. I'm still gonna make it. Even when you go in your rough, I'm still gonna make it. They ain't gonna turn me into the ground. I'm still gonna make it. I'm taking it straight to the top. Still gonna make it. Still gonna make it. Without hesitation, until poverty send a visitation. Babylon them no real and full of imitation. More on top of
more without limitation. When that jump and what that is the situation. But I make it in a life if I see me stay strong. I tell them to me put the fire burn waistband and survive through the tribulation. Everybody wanna make it in life. 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 Everybody gonna fix it in life.
Still gonna make it.
Even when the going get rough, I'm still gonna make it. They ain't gonna turn it into no cross. I'm still gonna make it. I'm taking it straight to the top. I'm still gonna make it.
Woo! That was Capleton with a brand new tune fresh off the press. Still gonna make it. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Welcome to the D-Slam Love Stream. I'm Lisa Legs and it's all about love. As we anchor love today in flow, let's grow together. Yes, with us anchoring love for this Jupiter Day self-love message for generous compassion while detaching to allow maximum flow and enforce divine order. Starting off with the song of the day, Capleton Still Gonna Make It. A song that came out today. It feels like divine order to me because he's literally saying everybody wanna make it in life. If we keep that in mind as we navigate the flow, which might include friction, right? We'll be able to pour generous compassion into a situation, into ourselves as we navigate a situation, into others as we recognize they just want to make it in life. We're still gonna make it. And you know, he also said we're not gonna settle for no crop. Sounds to me like we're enforcing divine order. The T-tag message. Everything is so epic right now. How strange that nature does not knock and yet does not intrude. Sounds like divine order and flow to me if nature does not knock and yet does not intrude. Because when you allow flow, maximum flow, what is yours will always be yours and it will flow. Instead of fighting and pushing. First of all, you can't pull something closer to you if you're pushing want. How can you push and pull at the same time? So just detach to allow maximum flow and enforce divine order. As we pay attention, there's a lot of truths into the way generous without. Let's pay attention, especially with ourselves. Affirmations, though. From the foundation, aka season 1. By the way, the D-Slam Love Stream is a spin-off of the morning show. We use season 1 and 2 affirmations, oracle style. As you can see, I just shuffled to see what would pop out. And we have, from the foundation collection, 2 affirmations, and they both are 3.2. Sounds like high five to me. Temperance 3.2, savor each step. And self-love habits 3.2, I keep my circle clean. What a way to enforce divine order, because sometimes the best way to be compassionate is to clean up our circle. The best way to be compassionate with somebody that doesn't realize is to detach. The best way to detach and keep our circle clean sometimes is to pour generous compassion. We have Synchronicity 4.6 from the Resonation deck, I share with love, and Inner Child 1.1, I forgive me. See, the thing is, when we savor each step, we recognize that sometimes we might have been stumbling. Sometimes we might have been too harsh with ourselves. Sometimes we weren't pouring in compassion in ourselves enough. Sometimes we were tolerating too much of what doesn't need to be in our circle. because of attachment, because of holding on to what needs to go. So as we allow ourselves to detach and allow maximum flow in the enforcement of divine order, because if it is dishonoring you, it's taking you out of divine order. So we have generous compassion with ourselves. Inner child 1.1, I forgive me. That's a way to pour compassion into ourselves generously as the inner child within bask in the ambience of our generosity. And we're flowing, maximum flow, which is what compassion facilitates. If you didn't know, with me personally, I recognize that when I'm compassionate with myself, I'm able to detach from what I think should be happening and be present and savor the moment and the step that I'm taking. Temperance 3.2, savor each step. I savor the step that I'm making, the progress that I'm making, and I share with love. Synchronicity 4.6, I do that every day right here. But sometimes in the enforcing of keeping our circle clean, we gotta share our need to navigate and detach with love. And when we forgive ourselves, we position ourselves to share with love. Because if you're rebuking yourself harshly for tolerating disrespect, and remember, inconsideration is very close to disrespect. So if you feel like you've been tolerating inconsideration, savor each step, including the moment when you recognize it's too much inconsideration and you need to detach to allow maximum flow and enforce divine order. That divine order within, as we detach from what we think we were needing, as we detach from what we think we need to do, the crutches, and focus on the clutches that help us to shift and level up within as we dive deep within. And forgiveness. Forgiveness is such a major key because it keeps your heart light. When I forgive what someone has done to me, I do it for me because it keeps my heart light so I can levitate into my light heart orbit, indulging in acts of a tesser nature as I share with love. Because sharing lovingly is better than sharing with resentment. So if you feel resentment when you're about to share, keep it to yourself. Let me make myself clear. When you share with resentment, you're passing on that resentment energy in the share. This is why when I create my sacred armor, when I hand embroider each ski mask, I make sure that I'm pouring love into every stitch. Same with my paintbrush, because one thing I'm not gonna do is dishonor me as I align for me and honor my divinity. And you know, after the D-Slam Love Stream affirmations, it's time for the D-Slam Love Stream illustrations of the bars. And I hope that when I drop these bars today, you see stars within you. Big up to the Ankle Love crew. You know how we do. As they say today, time to slay, time to eat. The Most High has prepared before me a feast. And as I step out and tap in, I recognize that love within. And in the presence of my enemies and frenemies, I'm gonna dig in. Nom nom nom, this is delicious. This self-love is so nutritious. As I nurture my flow and I grow, I see myself glow. And I'm so proud of me as I savor each step, as I honor my divinity. See, it's plain to see and clear to see, two eyes closed, first eye open, that this is the way, the Ankle Love crew. That's how we come through. With gratitude, we exude, and it uplifts our altitude and increases our aptitude as we level up one more time. One time, one time, one time. See, the way I anchor love should be a crime. But I say, let's call that a felony, that pollution, disrespectful. How dare you create a word to describe the desecration of the place we all live? There's only one planet and no one can claim. No one can say they created Earth in their name. So it's clear to me as I see these infidels and Decepticons around we as they seek to destroy. Love must I employ. It's love that I must see. And as I do the best that I can do, I hope you see. That's why I keep saying see, because it's clear to me that we all need to see how beautiful this world could really be. And that's why gratitude is what I employ. It's the most powerful tool for me as I indulge in my alchemy, transmuting all the pluckery. Replace that PL with an F, then you'll know exactly what I really wanted to say as I slay with one steer like a Care Bear, as I throw that love in the atmosphere. And I care way too much. That's why I anchor love in flow and I grow in my capacity every day. The more I indulge in the Anchor Love Crew way. Gratitude. Remember, all roads lead to Art of Healing Community Center. I appreciate all your support. And please remember, it's all about love.